stop pretending. Danny, what is your response to everything that has happened around your teammate over the past 24, 48 hours?
Well, first, I'd like to address the Shannon Sharp comments. I appreciate and respect mostly all people of the media. Now that I'm in it, I understand the behind the scenes, the things you have to do as your job, things you have to speak on as a topic that you may not want to speak on. And when a fellow member, or especially of our culture, gives their advice, especially coming from where he's come from, an OG that's been in the game, you got to appreciate, what he's trying to relay, the message. I think the delivery is a little off, but I understand what he's trying to say. A lot of people don't disagree, but the way you don't have to also take somebody down or call them soft or tell them that they're not about that when you're telling them this is not the life that you need to live. This is not how you need to move. You can simply say that in a different, way, or a different aspect, or in a different type of tone. So yeah, there's been a lot of speculations, been a lot of things, and obviously Josh put out a tweet of how it was nonsense, it was BS, and nothing was found. But I think the biggest thing is that he's got to understand, because there's so many, or there's enough negativity out there, enough negative articles out there, that people are going to believe that wherever there's smoke, there's going to be fire. So anytime they hear something negative, they're going to believe it, or believe something close to it. So because of the fact that you have other instances before this, and I know his people, very good people, great kids, his brothers, his family, his dad, they're all really good people. And I don't think they are trying to do anything or put him in harm's way, or try to be thugs. They have a good time. They're there to support him. And if he has any, incidents or beef or issues with somebody, they're there to support him and back him as well. I don't think they're aiming lasers or pointing guns, but if something was to go down, they're there to protect him, rightfully so. So as I do know his people, and I don't think they're trying to do that or about that. But I think him as well as them need to understand, because there's so much negative air around them in their camp, that they have to move a lot differently and very carefully. And I think this is a part of the reason why I think the organization or the arena, whoever made the decision to ban him, is because they're trying to, the image of what it portrays or what it looks like, they're trying to clean it up and say, all right, we're trying to make it, put our foot down. And I'm sure they didn't want to do this, but this is something they had to do because of the incidents previous to this. And it's like, all right, seems like things are getting out of hand with this camp. So we need to do something to show that, we're going to handle it ourselves or clean it up. So I think this kind of forced their hand to kind of ban someone. Unfortunate enough is one of his friends, close friends, his brother, and now he can't come to the home games, which sucks. But this is the kind of treatment that's going to happen, or you're going to get, when you have multiple incidents that come around you. So I haven't had a chance to talk to him about it. I would like to. He knows where my locker is. He knows my doors. Anytime he wants advice, I know he carries a lot of weight, and there's a lot of people around him that he turns to, and he may not look to me as one of those people. So he has a lot of ears, a lot of people, obviously people talking to him, and there's a lot of people that are willing to listen to him. But I let him know, I'm here if you need to talk. You need some advice, I'll give it. End of the day, it comes down to him, of how he wants to move, who he wants to let in, and how he wants to receive certain things. And it's hard. It's hard as a youngster. It's hard to, I guess, figure out who should be in your circle, who shouldn't be. It's hard to minimize. It's hard to cancel out distractions. It's hard to tell your family and friends no, especially when you have a $200 million contract. He's a superhero or people pleaser off the court and on the court. He's trying to wear a cape on both sides. And a lot of times you got to find ways to put the cape down and tell people no, and to have somebody else handle things for you. And I think our security does a good job of that. Our team does a good job of that. Our organization does a good job of that. But I think there's just a lot of miscommunication, a lot of, weird things in the air, and a lot of just negativity in there that it's kind of putting people in a bad taste of his people and his camp, which is unfair, but that's just the nature of the world, the nature of the business.